Hello YouTube, the Eye of Stone here, continuing my walkthrough of Thief the Middle Age. This is the third level, Framed, played on Expert. We're going to take on the City Watch, and here we go. I'm going to start by showing you one of the great Easter eggs of the Thief universe. Here they are, dancing eternally, the eternal zombie lovers. If it weren't for TTLG, who knows how long it would be until I happened to throw a scouting orb over that fence. Two water arrows over here. This is the pub where the City Watch hang out. Truart mentions it in one of his letters. I forget what this place is called. The Shoals Gates something. There's two pieces of loot in here.
My favorite year.
I wonder if Garrett would want people to know that he likes wine. If Garrett liked wine, I think he'd want to keep it secret. Before I started this recording, I checked a few things out, and that included unlocking that door. Normally that door is locked. Here's the furnace, and that thermostat there appears in a cutscene from Thief the Dark Project when you're introduced to the hammers. It doesn't actually measure the temperature, though. This is how you get into Shoals Gate. You swim through the sewers. You can get stuck in these tunnels, and you have to get this drain opened. So you're going underneath the mechanist security systems that guard the front gate. You have plenty of chances to breathe. These two passages here can be confusing. Sometimes you swim back the way you came. Now we're going to come into an underground cave at the bottom of a well. I don't know what this electronic thing here is, but we're going to try a special trick to kill the spiders. It's going to look like I'm shooting at them, but that's just to see if I can't get a lucky shot. Nope. Watch this. Watch. That's how you do it. It would be neat if I could get a killing shot in the heat of the moment, but if not, they'll dive into the water. I'm going to ignore those two flares there because I don't like flares. There's two water arrows there, and there's a piece of loot over here. You don't want to take a pass on water arrows in this level. This is the mechanist machine room. Now, a point of pride I have about this level is I have all the secrets in this level memorized. There's very few things about the levels in Thief that I keep memorized, because if I don't memorize every code, it keeps the game interesting if I don't, but I have all the secrets memorized here, so you'll get to see all of them. That is, all the secrets that are officially counted by the game as secrets. I have those memorized.
Let's take it from the top. What happened?
That's loot.
Well, my servant Jennifer is missing.
Now, she had no reason to run away. I treated her like my own daughter. Who will take care of me now?
Ma'am, I'm sorry to interrupt, but you're drifting off the subject again. Just stick to the facts, please.
Are you going to help me or not? I'll have you know, I am a personal friend of Father Karras. He has a great deal of influence, you know. Where do you think all your fancy new devices came from? I doubt he would be pleased to find out you are neglecting to help one of his friends.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of your problem as quickly as I can. The sooner we're done here, the sooner we can start looking for your servant. Why don't you calm down and collect yourself while I go over what we have so far?
I'm sorry, officer. Thank you.
I don't like Lady Rumford much.
The watcher is ready and operational. Now it will activate the alarm whenever an intruder comes.
How does it know the difference between us and an intruder?
To find the answer to that question, thou must attend the Mechanist Seminary and join our order. The wisdom of Karras is not for the eyes of the common man.
What about maintenance for all these contraptions?
Thy sheriff did insist that all information for thy security systems be left in the care of Lieutenant Hagen. Instructions are locked in thy secure records area.
What secure area?
The sheriff requested us to construct a records hall that only he and his lieutenants may view. 'Tis no doubt to keep them from the eyes of incompetents such as thee.
That is Brother Artus, the mechanist in charge of helping out the City Watch. And we are now going to stay ahead of him because he is coming down here to his machine room, his maintenance room. And we are going to deal with these sub-basement levels before anything else. While they were talking, you will notice that I deactivated that switch, which is the alarm enable. That is a very important thing to do because you cannot allow that alarm to go off. So you either avoid detection completely, or you give yourself some insurance first and then avoid detection completely.
You guys can't treat me like this! I'm a veteran!
Yeah, I bet that's where you learn to pickpocket so well.
When I got back, my family was gone. I had no money to live.
Sure. Tell it to the sheriff. He's got a real soft spot for war heroes.
So everybody in the prison has a story, and we're gonna listen to those. Almost everybody.
I like the dark! Dark but dark business. That business in the city.
There's no law in the city anymore. No justice. Just the strong abusing the weak. Shame on us. We let our fair city down. She's ruined and we're doomed.
Something about having a haunt walk through me makes me very uneasy.
Lady of the Dreams.
Life stinks and then you die. Then life goes on without you. I'll never get out of this stinking hole. But why would I want to? Life's no good anymore for an old codger.
I'm gonna try to bait the murderer Schmidt into talking to us.
Oh, yeah.
He's gone.
He needs encouragement to address us sometimes.
You there! I have heard them talk about you, yes? Say to me, there is someone who spills blood without effort, without action, and I say yes, I understand. But you do not. Your relationship with the shadows will never know betrayal.
For reasons unknown, it can sometimes be hard to get Schmidt to say that to us. I don't know if it has to do with movement or where you are relative to him or what. But there have been times when I've been unable to get him to mention that little aside about Garrett. One wonders who they were and what they had to say. The crime lab. Nothing in here. There's loot in the morgue, of course. The City Watch blames this death on pagan worship.
He won't need that anymore.
Yes, but we will. This is one of those levels where there is no minimum loot requirement, so you have to be proactive, or you won't have enough. Even though you don't make use of your loot until after the next mission.
Strange noises.
You don't get to equip yourself before
These
ambush.
things burn out faster than they used to. I hate creepy noises.
Can't we get some decent torches around here?
You have to play the ground floor of Shoalsgate Station confidently. If you hesitate, you will mess up.
Guess I could use some target practice.
Yeah, we're gonna do the target practice. It's better to be a little bit daring here. That doesn't mean you play it stupid, but for me, that's pretty embarrassing. And, hitting a bullseye in here is well worth your while on the far right. Well, okay, this is the armory. A lot of supplies. You want to get in and out. The passageway on the wall there will close, and it's not as convenient to get past the guard on roaming patrol in this hall through the armory door as it is through the door out of the test range, which is where we are now. For one, the armory door is locked, so you have to pick it and open it, and that'll get you a, "Hey, what's that?" from the guard. He won't start searching for you, but it's easier through here, in my opinion.
Who's noising about then?
See. Alright, so go. Don't wait. You stand to benefit from waiting not at all. We bypassed that janitor's closet on the left because there's nothing in there of any value. This is the cafeteria. Over here, there's another guard on roaming patrol. You want to stay out of his way. There's a dumbwaiter up to the second floor, behind the cafeteria. It's behind the glass plates over there itself, but I don't like to use it. I prefer... You can go through this railing here. This railing. I don't think operating that telescope serves any purpose, unlike the telescope on the smuggler's ship in Shipping and Receiving. Davidson's ship. See, here's the dumbwaiter, but I don't use it. In Davidson's ship, you need to operate the telescope. Here, it doesn't do you any good, I don't think. Because I'm going to show you all the secrets. And I don't seem to recall that operating that telescope has any effect on them. That said, I always do it. I haven't tested if omitting to operate that telescope has any effect. I just pickpocketed that guard.
Thought I heard something.
This key gets us access to a third floor door, which that's where he's headed right now, in that general direction. Myself, I always invest in taking out all these torches. If you used extremely careful timing, it would not necessarily be critical, but you better be consistent if you omit those torches. You get a lot more flexibility if you do take them out. So there's a guard who's on roaming patrol, and he's going to come into the hallway leading into this waiting area. Here you need to move when it's time to move, but you need to do your math carefully. You have two guards on roaming patrol who cross each other perpendicular, and if one is by you, you need to have enough time when the other one shows up. You need to get yourself between them, is what I'm trying to say. And sometimes that means moving, other times that means waiting. Okay, so the key we just pickpocketed unlocks this door. You'll notice I have a scroll of paper on me. It's a tip that you can buy at the beginning of this level. It just tells you to read people's garbage. There's several readable pieces of crumpled paper here, and it tells you to look for secret passages. That's all it does. I am going to show you all these various departments. There's some loot in here. Now these guards get twitchy. You might be in the shadows and crouched down, but they get twitchy. I don't know why.
Yes.
See, there you go.
Yep.
I didn't hear him vocalize any concerns ahead of time, but it is habitual that, for seemingly no reason, I am pacing around a bit. That's probably what it is. This is one of those real, meaty, satisfying thief moments.
What was that noise?
Loser. Loser. Epic fail. Okay, embarrassment was a long time ago. Oh, that pisses me off. We're going. And you are going to obey. Fortunately, now you have to pick these locks. It only takes one pick, but you do have to pick these locks. I'm I'm gonna do both of them, come heck or high water. Because I'm sick of these.
Let's see what I can use against our Lieutenant Hagen.
You want his handkerchief. Here it is. Fortunately, Mosley is a green thumb. This is all useful stuff in here. And there is nothing in here. Now, on the right is Truert's office. On, down this hallway is the Warden Affairs Division.
What was that?
There's a secret passage in the Warden Affairs office. This officer, if you're not going to knock her out, which on Expert you are not going to knock her out, you get real close to her. And it's actually not that hazardous. She is slightly closer to one of the walls than the other, and you want to be on the wall.
Probably just
She is.
some rookie.
See, what did I do? Was it just me pacing around on the wood that he heard, or in spite of the visibility gem, am I somewhat visible because of the light there, or because of the proximity? What is it? I don't know. I mean, he's not looking for me. I just wonder what it is. I get the sense that I could be standing still as a statue an extra 10 feet away and he'd still do that. So let's go to Truert's office. You have to pick the lock. There's some loot and plot information over there. Some loot here. And a secret.
Huh. Not so secret anymore, is it?
This passage really only serves to make navigation quicker, and I guess to get you away from pursuing guards. I wonder if this over here was meant to be some kind of secret that they gave up on, because you don't see something like it behind any of the other two flags. So I wonder what the deal is with that. There's a astrological clock, maybe a sidereal clock. Again, I'm going to show you all the official secrets in this level. Alright. So you want to figure out which wall she's furthest from. She's slightly further away from this wall. Look straight ahead. Don't move. Give her some distance and off you go. I probably don't need to take out this torch, but it calms my nerves a bit. There's plenty of water arrows in this level. And here is a lot of plot information. Secret passage.
Ah, a back door.
I like this blue light on the ceiling up here. It's neat. Alright, this is the third floor where the vault is. So we have to take Hagen's handkerchief, drop it in the vault, and then take something from the vault and put it in Hagen's office. You see the red alarm lights on the wall. If you turn off the alarm enable, that watcher up there going off will not cause you to fail the mission. I remember being really repulsed and afraid of those watchers at first. It was like, okay, it's gonna be harder this time around. It's a new element from the first game. Although, the Hammerites at Crag's Cleft had a primitive watcher.
Didn't sound like refs this time.
Primitive, but effective enough. So I'm gonna take out all the torches here and clear my route to the vaults. You need to get a combination, if memory serves, it's a 40-26. Could be
Real
wrong.
classy. I guess it pays to be an officer.
I'm going to visit the vaults to get the combination. But if memory serves, it's 40-26.
Who's there? Should we check that out? Someone there?
How come we gotta pull guard duty? Couldn't the mechanist just put more of those mechanical eyes around the place?
Because we can't be shut off as easily, you taffer.
Oh! At least it's better than sitting watch for the downwinders.
Damn right. No smell of sewage, no mildew, fewer rats.
You ever wonder why Truart hired us?
Not really. Probably figured we'd spend less time breaking the law since we'd be enforcing it. Gold is gold. Don't matter if it's coming from Reuben or Sheriff Truart.
Okay, maybe you heard paper rustling. I'm checking my thief notes, and yes, indeed, the combination to the vault is 40-26. Since this is a walkthrough, I don't think that qualifies as a spoiler. I have to tell it to you because Fraps does not record. That guard is looking for me. Suspicious.
I'll find you.
Officer, calm down. Am I gonna have to distract you, or am I gonna lose this right now? Yeah, go that way. Anyway, Fraps does not, for whatever reason, I have the registered version of Fraps. Fraps does not record readings in Thief and Thief 2 for some reason. And to switch between, I like to play these levels continuously. I don't like to stop playing when I'm recording footage for a walkthrough. I'd have to switch to ZD Soft and take a screenshot, and I don't want to do that. I will address the issue of the fact that I, have not recorded any of the readings from the first two games. And I don't know if Fraps is going to work for the readings on Thief.
Damn drafty halls. Can't keep a torch lit to save your life.
I don't yet know whether or not Fraps will handle the readings for Thief Deadly Shadows. I'm going to look into that. regardless, if you'll be patient, eventually my channel will deal with the readings of the Thief trilogy in a very serious, organized way. It's gonna be a while, but when I do it, it'll be easy to use and thorough and complete. Because of course the readings are a big part. You know, obviously often they are mission critical, but more so, this is where a lot of the story comes into it. Can't imagine Thief without the readings.
Huh? What?
A big part of why Thief is literature, because there's so much reading in it. You want to use the courtyard to your advantage. It saves a lot of time and it saves a lot of hazard. Now there are 2 secrets in this room. 2 secrets. Here's one of them. Secret number 1, but we're gonna close it. Yeah, I don't want this open, because it opens into a roaming patrol of 2 guards. As it is, you have to be careful, because again, there's a roaming patrol over there. There's a piece of loot, and yes, there is cover, but now you want to get up here. Did you see this switch? Access it with a rope arrow. A rope arrow that's not that close to the ledge. This isn't gonna work. I am therefore being stubborn and loud. Anyway, see? I have nobody to blame but myself for that one. Okay, it worked.
A hidden entrance.
We're gonna leave ourselves an escape route. Or we're gonna make a quiet exit. It's not an escape route because this is how I choose to access the secure records hall. You see that door over there? If you want to... That's how you get that... Through that door going downstairs, there's an archer guarding the entrance, the main usual entrance to the secure records hall. And it's really, even if you take out the torch, it's extremely difficult to sneak past him. This being a walkthrough, I don't want to risk losing everything at this point. And in case you hadn't noticed, yes, I did just come up here without getting the key to the room where the code for the vault is. Short version, we get to go all the way back up to, oh, what the taff is it? I don't know if it's in Mosley's office.
Something in here.
I don't know if it's in Mosley's office or Hagen's. Again, I don't keep everything memorized. It keeps the game interesting. It's amazing that I could play this game for 12 years and how much I don't have memorized. But I think the lack of memorization is pretty obstinately deliberate. I don't play by formulas. I play by trial and error. It's just how I roll. Again, no shortage of water arrows. Now, this being a walkthrough, there's a lounge or a waiting area. There's nothing in it, and this is an extremely hazardous area to be in because there's 3 guards. 2 guards on roaming, and then 1 guard perpendicular to them on another roaming patrol. Very dangerous.
It's your job, doing private guard duty. Yeah, it's mine. The sheriff's just as bad as those blue-blooded nobles.
Okay. So you got 2 people on roaming and 1 guy perpendicular to them, also on roaming. There's a lot of torches to take out, so your timing has to be perfect. Again, nothing in here, but I want to show it to you.
You see anything just then?
See? They're not actually looking for me, but that was close. So we're gonna avoid that. A lot of cover here. Now, because I was so on my game, we get to go back upstairs. And we get to put up with those two guards in close quarters all over again. Big part of getting through thief levels in a decent amount of time and without mess-ups is remembering what you're there to do. You know, I'll go ahead and point out that if I were stopping to read the readings, I would probably not have missed that key this time. Then again, perhaps listening to Brother Artis talk about how Hagen had all this stuff would have been enough, but it just slipped my mind. As it is, if you're trying to record a walkthrough at even a halfway passable, decent resolution, once you get to over an hour, it starts getting hard for the software to handle. I don't have a 6 gigabyte machine. I only have 2 gigs of memory. So I have to take these levels at something resembling a certain pace. I don't like to split up a walkthrough into either 10 videos or 2 videos. A fair warning though, Sabotage at Soulforge, the final level of this game, may well take 2 videos. I'm not sure if I can really do a thorough enough job with Sabotage in an hour. We'll see. And obviously I don't know about Thief 3 either.
Who's there? Hello?
Okay, it's obviously Mosley who has the key. I think Truart wanted her to look into the various disappearances from the vault that she was whining about. This is tricky. You can either get away with this or he'll see you as clear as glass. There we go. We want to be behind this guy. Obviously, I can't show you every single square inch of every level, but I have to balance what I can get in a walkthrough that isn't split up between 2 or 3 or 5 videos. Shows you a lot of the level and is something my system can handle. So far, I haven't had to split up a walkthrough of a single level into 2 videos, but it might happen before I have the trilogy finished. When Thief 4 comes out, though, if it does, I will have a computer that will be powerful enough to record all those videos in one go. But as long as I'm able to keep the hardware going, I will always have an XP machine running for the first 3 games. Because I don't really care to deal with the compatibility issues on Windows 7. Okay, you'll excuse me while I go through the motions of double checking that the code
I should write that down.
Is in fact 4026. But
now, on to the vault.
I'd already checked it in my notes, but it is in fact 4026, and this being a walkthrough, I want to obey the formalities.
What's there? Oh. There. Guess not. Yep.
Of course, when you play this level on expert, any amount of violence will fail you the level. So I have 2 things I'm doing here. I'm gonna put something from the vault in Hagen's office, and I'm gonna put Hagen's handkerchief in the vault. The code I have lets me in and also turns off all the mechanist sentries and watchers that guard it.
said that?
You know, you might well ask what the hell I'm doing back in here, since I haven't visited the vault yet. I haven't the foggiest idea what I thought I was doing just now.
Who's there? Speak up!
Can't imagine what was in my head just now that I did that. Alright, so we're gonna go up here, we're gonna leave his handkerchief in the vault, and we're gonna get something from the vault and leave it in his office.
About the only thing that makes a cold watch go faster.
I took out that last torch because there's a little angle from which that archer could potentially see you even through the door, and it has happened that he has seen me there and started getting all suspicious just because of that one torch. So I figured might as well take it out. Alright, 4026. 4026.
I better do this quick.
Don't want to be in this room when those systems are active. There's a loot cluster in here. Just want to make sure I get it all. Alright, so you have to take this strong box and put it in his office, Hagen's office. You want to leave his handkerchief on the floor in here. There. Don't want to make Hagen look too sloppy. That's why I closed the door again. I thought that the guy who hired Garrett to do this job in the cutscene looked very much like a pagan. That, and there was a wind chimey noise in the briefing for this mission. And I couldn't help thinking of Constantine and Victoria. That's another thing I remember about the first time, you know. You have memories from your first time playing a level of Thief, and of course, you know, the first time you played Thief 2...
Hey, is anyone there?
The first time you play Thief 2 for the first 3 missions, well, more than the first 3 missions, but Victoria does not show up right away, and you're wondering. You gradually find out more about how the pagans are under fire, and you wonder, the first time anyway, is she gonna make an appearance?
Saw something there. Not as exciting as I thought.
Obviously, by the end of Thief the Dark Project, or Thief Gold, there's no statement made whatsoever about what becomes of Victoria. Of course, it was logical that she would appear in the second game, but you're not always certain. I'm just staying out of this guy's way. Don't want to go down into the machine room because Brother Artis is down there, the mechanist. I didn't show him to you because I wanted to stay ahead of him, but there is an unarmed mechanist in the machine room, and sneaking past him would be through the secret passage would be a virtual impossibility. I prefer to exit the level by jumping down the well, right here. Okay. So we just need to swim into the tunnel. Okay, here's goals. You can pause if you need more time. And I have stats coming up in just a second here. As you can see, I found all 10 out of the 10 official secrets. I will see everybody back soon for the walkthrough of Ambush.